welcome back to another deal review. Now, if you are watching this and you are not familiar with 𝐻𝐿𝐴sa, most of the deals that we have on our website are arbitrage opportunities for short-term rentals specifically, but every now and again we do sprinkle in some subject to deals, and this is one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and break down a subject to opportunity that we have in Detroit, Michigan that literally is showing about a 30% cash-on-cash return if you turn it into a short-term rental. Now, another option that you could go with this is Section 8. With Section 8, you can make a minimum, what it looks to be, of about 10% cash-on-cash, maybe more. I think maybe closer to 12. But I wanted to go ahead and just emphasize that this deal is, again, subject to. If you are not familiar with subject to or you haven't ever done a subject to transaction, I absolutely recommend doing your research, understanding everything that it entails, and then if it makes sense for you in your portfolio, absolutely feel free to contact us if you want to put in an offer. So just kind of looking through some of the photos, this is a 3-1 in Detroit, Michigan. You can see that it has a nice long driveway for parking. It has a porch. When we were looking at the photos and even talking to the realtor, it would need some light rehab, but nothing to the point where there's like any foundational issues from what we understand or anything where it needs like a total remodel rehab. This is just like light work, right? Maybe a few $1,000, upwards of 10K at most. So it really isn't anything that that's too concerning. So we included the address here. Normally we don't include addresses for arbitrage deals. But because this is a purchase and we've already locked it under contract, here's the address right here. But as a short-term rental, it's projected to bring in about $32,000 a year. Now, again, these are projections. These are based on other 3-1s in the area. So this is what you can kind of expect. And again, hit or miss, but always do your own due diligence. And then if you were to turn it into a Section 8, we have the projections right here, $1,793 for a 3-bedroom. So this is the deal. Now, you can go to the map here and again, the address is already in the photos, but you can go to the map here and you can kind of see exactly where it is, at least this 3-mile radius here. It has a loft style master bedroom with a spiral staircase, which is pretty cool. So if you did turn this into a short-term rental, that's a pretty cool and attractive feature that I feel like would get people to want to book. Now, it has a large California closet and a wood burning furnace that heats the entire house, or it can heat the entire house. In addition, the main floor includes those 2 other bedrooms, a laundry area and a large walk-in pantry with a ton of storage. Now let's go ahead and go into the deal structure. As I mentioned, it is a subject to opportunity. So a subject to is where you're basically taking over the existing mortgage on the home. So the deed and everything gets transferred. You now are the owner of the home, but the debt stays in the seller's name. So right now they have a remaining loan balance of about $119,000 at 6% interest, which is fixed. Their maturity date and when the loan is actually due isn't until 2052. They don't want to balloon. So if you literally wanted to hold this property for the next 27 years, by all means, go for it. They're not asking for anything, literally nothing. But there is an entry cost, and this entry cost is going to include their arrears. They owe about upwards of 10 grand in missed payments. So you are expected to catch them up on that, along with the assignment and the realtor fee. That is going to cover the $18,500 entry fee, and then you just have to cover closing costs, which shouldn't be more than a couple $1,000. So the monthly PITI, this is principal, interest, tax, and insurance, is about $1,380 per month. The loan type is an FHA, and as you can see here, some of the other information, it's a bed and bath 3-1, 1,900 square feet, year built was 1955, and the condition is average. Like I said, it has some potential for light rehab, but nothing too strenuous. One of the key features about this is it's a low interest rate and upfront costs, so you're literally getting into the deal for less than 20%. On top of that, there is a 6% interest rate, which what are interest rates right now? They're more than that, obviously. So 6%, you're still getting a nice little deal there. And again, like we talked about short-term rentals, let's say you come in here, you put in a few $1,000 worth of rehab, you furnish it, you make it look really cool. You could furnish this place, get it up to standard, probably for less than 20K out of your pocket. So let's say you invest about $40,000 into this deal. You're still getting that 30% cash-on-cash return. The 30% cash-on-cash return is with 20K invested in addition to the entry costs. So let's say you pay these entry fees and then you go and you turn it into a short-term rental, you invest another 20K. You're literally looking at 30% cash-on-cash return with these projections right here, $31,900. To just kind of leave it as is, maybe invest a couple $1,000 into some light rehab, you're still looking at a 10% cash-on-cash return with Section 8. So those are the two options that we think would probably be best when you're strategizing this opportunity. But of course, investors, you're able to determine what makes most sense for you in your portfolio. Now, again, it is available now. It's completely vacant. It's not owner occupied anymore. And as you guys know, like I said, a lot of our deals are arbitrage opportunities. So a lot of this information isn't applicable. There's no deposit. The acquisition fee is part of the entry fee. So that's what you kind of see right here. And then the parking, what's important to note is a driveway. If you do want to turn it into a short-term rental, you just need to obtain a permit, which we include information on. And has air conditioning, no HOA, and I believe the washer and dryer is included. All appliances will be included. They didn't say anything about no appliances included. Now, let's say you guys go ahead and turn this into a short-term rental. We're going based off of these yearly projections, PITI with the yearly projections and a 15% buffer. Of course, you can up this if you plan on using management or, having a little bit more of a war chest. You could up this to, like, let's just say 30% of additional monthly expenses, and you're still looking at a monthly profit of about $800, $850. So great opportunity for short-term rentals. Like I said, you will have to put in some work. You will need to furnish it, but overall, it could be a great opportunity for someone that wants to get into a property without having to go out and qualify for a loan. You can literally hold on to this property forever. And let's just say push comes to shove, you turn it into a short-term rental, and then 5 years down the line, you just want to stop doing short-term rentals and turn it into a long-term rental. At that point, you'll probably be fine with just turning it into a long-term rental or still doing Section 8. No matter what, you're making money. So let me know if anybody has some interest in this. We want to move on it right away. Would love to get it closed out before the end of March. So be sure to email us, call us, inquire, whatever it is you guys need to do. Get a hold of us at lohcasa.com, or depending on where you're seeing this, I've included my phone number. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.